Okay, well, hello everyone. It's a bit nervous for me. Well, not really, actually. I'm pretty cool. I'm actually really. Um, I want to be high whenever I make a video, and because you're more cool then. But today I'm sober, and we have an unboxing today. I'm pretty happy. So I'm about to take my temperature, and so we have some Christmas presents. So you can just imagine you're me, and you won't know what it is, but I know what it is. So, okay, here we go. First gift. Look at this. Stu, I just fed you. You want raw food? Oh my God. You know, he's used to the raw food. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I mean, I wanted to unbox, but Stu's not going to allow me. So this is basically electrolyte powder. The ingredients are sodium chloride, magnesium citrate, potassium citrate. So there's nothing else in it. You know, this costs $65.99 plus tax for this fucking 162 grams. If I got this flavored, it'd probably be cheaper. And okay, so let's go on to the next. Yeah, we might have to feed him raw. He actually prefers raw food. Check this out. So Stu is a Garfield type cat. I just fed him a can of raw food. He's asking, or a can of cooked food. He's asking me for raw food right now. And it's a bit difficult because here's the raw food, and I basically have to unthaw this, and then I have to go through it for bones, which takes a lot. But basically right now he's saying I want the raw food, and that is unethical because that's basically factory farming. But if there was a way to get raw food for him, he would way rather have that. I know, Stu, I'm preparing it for you. But this company, this is fucking crazy. Country Boy. It's called Country Boy. Big Country Raw. Oh, never mind. I wrote a review at the pet food store saying it's called Country Boy because only a child would make something this stupid, and only one from out in the country who's inbred. But then actually, it's Big Country Raw. But they have bones that are huge that ChatGPT says is not allowed. Now, if you're inbred, you know, there are a couple Mennonites who I like who might be watching. You are hot enough that I'd get you pregnant if the world called for more people, you know, so don't think I'm judgmental or something. You know, I don't think you'd make a product like this. And so anyways, we have to let this thaw for a bit. I might put it in a pot. Here we go. So I'm just going to leave it soak in there. And I know, Stu, you know, I'm getting your food. I don't know what you want. I don't know why you don't understand English. Todd would understand. My acid trip last time was really awesome, but then on the day after, it was pretty painful. I had like kind of a breakdown. I thought that no one will ever love me, and I was crying. Particularly because I'm getting gassed on the regular, which takes like 10 to 30 years off your life. And I thought no one would ever want to live with me like that. And then, but I hadn't drank enough water that day. I was coming down off acid. Okay, so we got this white powder. Look at this. But then I had a strange unknown gift. Last night I stayed awake while I was sleeping, which is something I've been wanting for a long time. And Osho could hear a pin drop when he would sleep. And I had been thinking for a while, if you're spiritual, you don't dream, and you stay conscious while you're asleep, and it had never really happened to me. But Osho also ate a lot of fruit, vegetables. He did water fasting. He was basically vegan. And if you're like spiritual and you don't have any energy to begin with, you might not even have I don't know what the word is, a vehicle for it, an expression. You don't have any way to express it. If you have no energy, you can't even express it. So I think I may have been spiritual already, but I just didn't have enough health to actually stay awake while sleeping. ChatGPT says it's a common thing with fasters, so don't be so quick to say you're enlightened. But it did give me a reference that you can stay awake while sleeping, and then that will help being gassed. Then I can actually realize if I'm being gassed. Okay, so open number 1 gift? Yes. Now we have number 2 gift. These gifts are from myself. These gifts are from the government, I guess. I don't know. We have a blood pressure checker. Oh my God. What do you look at that? And it says pass on it. It gets a pass. It's a good one. Wow. Okay. So I guess we should open it. I'm gonna get a knife. This is really exciting. So we have a USB-C cable. We have a nice bag it comes in. Very flush. Smells like new car. Oh, very precious. Let's see what's in here. Wow, what do you look at that? Oh, that's nice. And then we have the cuff. And we have, where does this go into? So this goes, where does this go into? Must plug in, here it goes. Okay. I don't know what this metal thing is. I don't like this metal thing. I can't figure that out. But I don't really want to check my blood pressure right now, although I kind of do, actually. What do we have next? Oh, you fuck! They didn't include my batteries. Oh, that zanks me. They always fuck one thing up. Okay, this was $65 too. This was made by a guy named Rob Wolf. When I saw that, after I had ordered this already, I wasn't supposed to get this one. This has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. This has 30 milligrams of sodium. 1,000 per serving, 30 per serving. This guy who made this, Rob Wolf, he's a carnivore. As soon as I saw his name, I thought, oh, this is going to be fucked up. This is going to be really bad. You know, they didn't bring my batteries. I wanted to check my temperature. That's what this was for. Pissing me right off. God. Well, they should refund it. Okay. I Can't believe they didn't include the batteries. Unless they put it in the mailbox? Unless it was a separate package. It did seem to be 2 orders. But I think it was all 1 order, actually. Yeah, there's nothing in the mailbox. Oh, this fucking zanks me. Do you know what would happen if I put 1,000 milligrams of salt into my fucking water on the 6th day of a water fast? There are people who would say to do that. That would give me hypertension. You know why they do that? Because they don't drink enough water. Because some chiropractor who calls himself a doctor and never tells you, by the way, I'm just a chiropractor, like Dr. Berg, will say, yeah, you need that. But why? Because when Dr. Berg does a water fast, he puts, Stu, I am getting on it. He puts that much salt in. I don't know if I'm assuming here. Because he only drinks like 2 liters of water a day. And you need like 8. And so therefore he doesn't have enough blood volume. So therefore he's trying to increase his tension to compensate for not having enough volume by adding salt. Like a complete idiot. I'm getting on it, Stu. My God. Okay. So here, I can't believe I wrote that review now. Big Country Farms. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Sometimes you look like an idiot. That's fine. So we want this to be warm. We don't want it to be... we want it to be like a mouse, you know, kind of like blood of a mouse. Yeah, Stu loves this. Stu knows. And I was worried about, you know, my mom is going to spend big money for this. My mom actually buys him real chicken and cooks food. And I'm just like, you could actually avoid all, like, you're doing the most cruel thing imaginable. And by the way, Stu's regular now in terms of like bathroom. This is helping him immensely. My mom actually buys chicken for him, which is immensely immoral. And if she just ground it up and fed it to him raw, he would be far healthier. He would actually be a healthy cat. And so she's going to spend big money on getting him really big money. Well, not that big, because her boyfriend has a special account, like an industrial account with someone, to get him a liver diet, a special formulated food for the liver. So I have to poke through all of this to make sure there's no bones that are like bigger than 6 centimeters or something. Some of them are really bad. And it's kind of annoying, actually. But it reminds me of Todd a bit, and I like doing it for Stu. He has issues. He misses Todd, and you know, part of the reason Stu's so fucked up is because he has intergenerational bad genetics. And that's not really his fault, although some people would say it is. Some people would say that his soul picked his body before he was born, and he chose wrongly. But he also chose right, knowing that he'd be with me and I'd give him the proper diet. So you can see here that Stu will not eat his cooked food. His very delicious Costco, Kirkland, or whatever cooked food, but this he will eat. And he's telling me that. Now I like to kind of do this with it. I kind of mix it all in the middle. He likes that. He eats it. He eats more than, he doesn't leave any behind. Okay, now this kind of disturbs me to wash my hands. I want to use soap, but I don't want there to be any soap residue on my hands while I handle the electrolyte powder. That will really disturb me. So I'm going to try to wash my hands with like 30 seconds of rinse time. I don't want my hands to even smell like soap. I want all the soap to be gone. So I'm going to put about 1/5 of a serving of electrolyte powder into the water, but 1/25 actually per day. So 1/5 of a serving, and then 1/5 of that 1/5 will go into each liter. And so that way I'm going to start off really small, and this is going to be kind of a background buffer to make sure I'm staying replenished. Maybe not necessary. You know, the volume of water you drink and the pace is really the key. But my mom was like, listen to Dr. Berg. And I was like, he's a chiropractor. And she's like, how do you know? And I was like, because he's a fucking retard. And every snake oil salesman is every fucking person on the internet who says they're a doctor, who sells you stupid, retarded shit, every one of them is a chiropractor. And they don't say that. But I think I knew that actually about Dr. Berg. But I could have guessed had I not known that. Okay, come on, Stu, come here. Okay, watch this. I can't believe. Look at that. There you go, Stu. I told him yesterday, now you get to feel what it's like to be a real cat. Now you get to feel what it's like to be Todd. And I'm glad Todd had a taste of raw food before he died, because now he can choose to be reborn if he's not enlightened. He can choose to be reborn as somewhere more wild if he wants. You know, Todd's a very special soul. He's not just a regular cat. Okay, so I think my hands are clean enough. So now we need to dose this. So I'm going to read the instructions, even though that's unmanly. I'm going to assume 1 scoop is 1 serving. That should be pretty obvious. I hope that's the case. Scoop, stir, hydrate. Well, I'm not stirring. I'm not putting, I don't want residue in my water. Okay. So we don't need, okay, so let's see. We're going to do a very small amount. Okay, so this is 1 day's serving. Now, let's just... Oh shit, I'm spilling some. Okay. Wow, this is all stuck together. Okay, so I might do that. That seems like a lot. But that's fine actually. That seems like a lot though. I don't want that much. So yeah, maybe that. And then we'll add in some of this, because this one doesn't have enough salt and this one has way too much. Your body does dump salt at a quicker rate while fasting, and it holds on to potassium more. But this still has too much salt, even for the difference. So this is like pure salt I'm adding. Okay. There we go. Shaking around. Oh, I could see it dissolving. Look. Woo! Yeah. It's all going to the bottom. That's fine because as I add more water to the next refill, it'll stir whatever's left at the bottom. It'll incorporate it. And wouldn't it be good to have batteries? Yeah, it tastes fine. It tastes the same. I'm just checking in the closet here. Maybe we have some batteries for the thermometer. I guess I could take my temperature. I am taking off my shirt and my sweater to be ostentatious. I actually don't like how I look in a t-shirt. So I'd rather be without a shirt on because I really just don't like how I look in a t-shirt. It depends on the shirt. This one, I don't really like how it looks on me. So I don't know what to think. You know, maybe I'm shallow or something. I don't really know. And I'm down to like I'm gaining weight, I think, now, which means hydrating the old sponge. In case you don't know, when you water fast, if you drink enough, you gain weight. How would you explain that? Well, you're hydrating the cooked food that's stuck in your body. Okay, this thing is permanent, so did it come with batteries? No. Okay, so I guess we have to plug it in. I do know where I could do that. And it's over here. So yeah, I've lost 10 pounds in the first week. Whoa, really cool. I don't know what you want now, Stu. Let's see if he ate his food. Maybe you just want attention. He could want outside and he doesn't know that it's winter. He ate most of his food. He ate almost all of it. I gave him a lot. Okay, so I think we have to check this. Okay. Oh, it goes this way. This is basically unnecessary. I can basically feel what my blood pressure is. I'll guess. ERU. What? It'll be somewhere between 120 to 130. And the other one will be between 60 and 70. Okay, so I guess it goes like this. Fuck. Fucking zanks me. How are you? Okay, you know what? I'm the stupid one here. Clearly, I need to do this first. Okay, so it's kind of loose. 2 fingers can go in. And it's giving me an error message. How do I turn it on? Oh, it's working. Oh my god. So exciting. It's counting. Look what it's doing. But now it says error. What's that all about? Oh, I wonder what that's all about. Hope it doesn't not work. They could have sent me a bad one. Maybe it's not powerful enough. I'll try getting an iPad dock. If it doesn't work, I won't actually be upset, really. Really, the fun thing about a present is opening it. And after that, you don't really like it anymore anyways. Okay. Okay, there we go. Fingers crossed. Yes, it's counting. Okay, let's see. Does it work? Does it have the power? Before it was plugged in here to that internal dock. Ooh, this is really heavy. Oh my god, this is fucking tight. This is really fucking tight. I don't like this feeling. My heart rate went up to 120 something when this was happening last time. She said, "Are you nervous?" I said, "Yeah, I don't like this." Then she took it with my finger and she's like, "Now it's under 100. Fuck, man. Okay. Try loosening it, I guess. Error 1. Well, this is pretty disappointing. Fucking everything does. Nothing even comes, and the thing that comes doesn't work. Okay, it's working. I feel like it's powering out, like it doesn't have enough power. I put it on number 2 somehow. You can see that there's this little guy right here on the screen, and he has number 2 on him. Before it was number 1, and now it's number 2. So I don't know if that's the thing that changed it. Oh yeah! 131 over 72. Okay, what is 131 minus 72? For this one, every point that this goes over 120, the spread, the difference between this and this, needs to go up 1 point. And so my spread is, what's 13 minus 7? I think that's 5. So it's 50, 131 minus 72. Is that, I can't really do math, you know. I feel like it's just too much thinking. I don't like thinking about stuff. But anyways, I should be able to figure that out. What's 131 minus 72? That would be 51. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's just guess. It's 51. 31. 131 minus... Like, the difference between that and 100 is 31. And the difference between 72 and 100 is 28. So what's 28 plus 31? Well, 20 plus 31 is 51, and 8 plus 51 is 59. So I think the difference is 59. And I think that means my spread is good. I think that's about where it's supposed to be. So I have to put this into ChatGPT. Ow, oh my god. Wow, I just got really fucked up pain in my lower back. Okay, so I just took blood pressure. And it was it 172 over, what was it? No, it was, I can't remember. It was 50. I can't remember what my blood pressure was. That fucking sucks. Oh well, you know what? I can just tell my spread. My spread was 58. I'm gonna assume my math was good. If your spread is too small, it is meaning you're not getting enough water. And if your spread is the right size, I don't think it's necessarily a guarantee that you have enough water, but my spread is ultimately in a good place. Well, I think that about covers our video, so I wish I had more to say. Okay, I actually do have one more thing to say. I think I misspoke. I think I said for every 1 point the systolic goes up, the spread should be 1 point higher, but it's actually every 3 points the systolic goes up, the spread should be 1 point higher. No one's gonna care, okay? I don't think anyone's gonna care, but I mean, some people probably would. I mean, it makes sense to just say your spread should always be the same. So that's basically it. Okay, well, actually, my spread was 57. My math is actually pretty bad, I think. Or it was 59. Higher than the ideal rule ratio. But here's the nuance. I don't know if this is what Lauren says. So I'm sorry for being so distracted here. So I said my low number was 72. Is this good according to Lauren? And it says Lauren's rule for every higher, basically too much according to Lauren. Well, one thing I don't understand about Lauren is he says no matter who you are, like there's Gazelle, for example, his ex-handler, or what, I guess, and she weighs like 90 pounds. And she, for her and a guy who weighs 180 pounds, they both drink 500 milliliters of water a day. And I asked him that, what's the deal? And he said, well, it basically works for everyone. And I sort of wonder if he's afraid of having people get hurt and he's just being too safe. Because I would not, I don't think I'd feel fine really on a liter per 2 hours. I'm doing better at like a liter per hour, 45 minutes. I expect I'll be able to drink even faster soon. But ChatGPT says a widespread in fasting can mean positive possibilities. Strong adrenal tone, good hydration, good vascular elasticity. Possible caution if symptoms: temporary sympathetic activation, stress response. Overhydration if paired with dizziness and weakness. Doesn't sound like I can pretty much get up. I could probably do snow blowing at this point. Magnesium shifts. Yeah, I did just put in some magnesium. Since you feel steady, 58 is not concerning. It's actually a strong number. If your spread had fallen to the low 30s or 40s, that would be a flag mineral support. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that might mean that you just don't have enough blood. And you're trying to compensate by adding salt. Your spread is good according to Lauren's framework. You're holding strong for someone in this deep into fasting. I could not have fasted. If I didn't bump it up to 7 liters a day, I couldn't be doing this. If I was at 5 liters a day, I'd be fucking exhausted to go to the bathroom all the time. I would fucking, I just had 4 sips about. If I were to have had 8 sips, I would start feeling heavy. It would dilute my electrolytes too much. I'd feel heavy for about 5 minutes. So, anyway, I think that actually covers it. And thanks for opening gifts with me. It was kind of a regular Christmas where you don't get the things you want, but it was good enough. I had a good Christmas, and so, pretty great.